So, do you actually need to be a Canadian citizen to join the RCMP? It's literally the very first question most people ask when looking at this career. And honestly, the real rules, they might totally surprise you. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to dive right in and find out exactly who can apply to become a Mountie. Well, the short answer is no, you don't. But, there is a catch. Permanent residents are absolutely eligible to apply, but only if they meet some very specific, mathematically precise conditions. It's not just a free pass. Section 1. Citizenship and Residency Rules. Now, for Canadian citizens, the path is pretty straightforward. You are eligible immediately, and you could access to all those specialized roles right out of the gate. But for permanent residents, it's a bit of a different story. You're going to face some strict, calculated timelines, and there could even be potential limits on getting top-secret clearances or international deployments later on in your career.
If you are a permanent resident, you need to burn this exact number into your brain: 1,095. That is exactly how many days you must have physically resided in Canada. Basically, 3 out of the last 5 years. And heads up, time spent on a student visa doesn't count towards this. So yeah, it's probably time to dig out those old calendar apps and start doing some math.
Section 2. Security and Background Screening. So why are these rules so strict? Well, because the RCMP handles federal policing and national security, a thorough background verification is absolutely crucial. They need that verified 3-year track record to demonstrate your commitment to Canada. They are legally and operationally required to check your character, your finances, and your background before they even think about granting classified access. And just to put that into perspective, the RCMP is incredibly strict compared to others. For instance, provincial police typically only require 1 to 2 years. And the Canadian Armed Forces, they actually eliminated their permanent resident time in Canada rule entirely back in 2022. Because of this, the National Police Federation Union is currently discussing maybe easing these strict rules to help attract more international talent. But for now, the 1,095 rule stands. Section 3. Additional Eligibility Requirements. Of course, clearing the residency hurdle is just the beginning. You also need to meet a whole checklist of other standards. You've got to be at least 18 to apply, hold a Canadian high school diploma, be fluent in either English or French, pass the police fitness assessment, and on top of all that, clear a massive 10-year clean background check. Section 4. International Background Checks. Now, what if you've spent a lot of time traveling or living internationally? Well, any extended international absences mean you are going to face some major additional documentation review. And here is a real kicker. Even if you are a Canadian citizen living abroad, you must return to Canada to complete the processing, and yep, that is entirely at your own expense. Section 5. Preparing early for the application process. So how can you start getting ready right now to avoid any frustrating delays? Step 1. Get on the IRCC website and calculate your exact physical presence days. Step 2. Make sure you maintain incredibly detailed records of all your travel and keep that criminal record completely clean. In Step 3, use this waiting period to actively improve your language and fitness levels. As always, for a complete guide to RCMP citizenship requirements and all the specific eligibility rules, you'll want to visit joinrcmp.ca. That is your go-to spot to take your exact status and dive deeper into the whole process. The path to getting in is definitely strict, and as we've seen, the math has to be absolutely perfect. But if you've got the dedication to meet the standard, are you ready to begin your path to becoming a Mountie?